It's raining here in Indiana this morning. Good morning, everyone. We're fighting off the rain. Oh, see, look. I don't have a beard. See, look, I like to have a little fun in the morning. We have a few different things going on this morning. The Dark Knight. Yes, The Dark Knight Rises. You know what, I should just do Bane impressions for a good chunk of time. Okay, maybe not. I want to tell you guys a little story before we get started with announcements and everything. Periscope I did a few days ago. I want to say it was Monday, Tuesday. I got a phone call immediately after it. And it was one of the Periscope viewers, Erica. And she gave me a phone call and said, "Hey Chris, you know you said you thought you were blabbering and everything on the Periscope, but I just had like an aha moment because of what you were talking about in regards to pricing and getting your money out of products so you can reinvest into more products." She's like, I would have never thought about that, ever. And she actually sent me a private message yesterday. She did it on a few items and they started selling like really quickly. She was able to drop it like 20% of return. She was sitting at 100, dropped them to an 80% return, got her money out of them, and was being able to reinvest those funds. So sometimes I don't think that I tell you guys great information, but I finding out that sometimes you do get little nuggets that help you out there. So Erica and Jack, I'm hoping that helps for you guys. Just want to give you guys a shout out for that. We're doing a giveaway right now on Facebook, in the Facebook group. It is, all you have to do is friend someone you have no idea who the heck they are in the FBA Master Group. Share a bolo with them. They'll share one back. We're just going to start building a nice community of networking there that you guys can start building new friendships from different areas. Okay? You may not know this person from diddly squat. Just click the little members thing and go through and find somebody. But you'll be amazed at kind of what those friendships may turn into down the road. So what will happen is I'm giving away 3 different prizes this time. First, actually 4 if we're going to be honest. The first one is the new friend that you have. You have no idea how valuable that surprise will be. The next prize is going to be a one-on-one coaching session with myself. These are all going to be randomly picked. And the next one's going to be an account audit. I still have 3 more to do for my volunteers that I've had here, but I'm going to give 1 more away. And this is where I go through and reconcile all your shipments. I'll go through and pull reports and try to remove some feedback. And it's kind of an interesting thing. I'm just kind of having a little fun with that. Then I'm also giving away a replan list. This is going to be 5 to 10 items that I find that only that person's going to get. These will not be shared with anyone else. So those are going to be the prizes. Anybody's up for them, all you got to do is friend somebody on Facebook in the FBA Master Group and share a bolo with them. That's it. One of your items you like to look for where you're at. You can be geographically diverse if you want, so no one treads on your turf. Whatever you want to do, but find a friend, share, and start the conversation. Okay? So that's the giveaway we have going on right now. Prizes will be given out probably tomorrow morning when I'm at the airport, I'm assuming. We'll see. Oh, you can friend as many people as you want. This is just an incentive to get you to network with people. Okay? That's all this is. I want the community to be thriving. I want it to provide value for the members. So if I can incentivize you to network and to share and to build the community even farther, then I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing as one of the leaders of the community. So, there you go. Now, I may throw in 1 more prize, okay? Let me pull it out here. I'll turn on the light. I have it in my backpack. I may send one of these out. I'm not sure. It's whole $8. There's something that is very meaningful to me that resides in my car. And my dad and my mom know exactly what it is. People who have ridden in my car know exactly what it is. He answers a lot of my questions in life. And you guys don't get to see him every morning because he's on the other side of the camera. But maybe if you guys can come up with some other way to show that you're networking, somebody will receive the all-inspiring Buddha cat. Buddha cat. I'm not a Buddhist, nor I just love cats. And that's actually for a friend of mine's kid. But Buddha cat is going to kind of be the official mascot of my Periscopes. And he bounces around on my dashboard all the time. I know it's silly, but it's things that I do. So we'll go back to the no light so I can see there in the right. So that is what we have going on. We have a bunch of lists on Gumroad if you guys haven't checked those out. If you're struggling sourcing some products, we're seeing most of the lists get about half of them sold. And then we do some pushes to get the rest of them sold. So if you're in early, you get the advantage on those guys. We have about 25 spots left in the Make Green in 2016 group. So you're welcome to join those. And let's see, today is the 7th, right? We have Mike's blog post coming up today, and Mike usually knocks it out of the park. So I'm not sure when it's going to be posted up, but keep that in mind. And my post on Monday, I've got to double check to make sure that it's the post that I think it is. But if I'm correct, it is how to invest in Legos. I hadn't went into that topic in full detail, and I kind of do a little backstory on it. And is that Vicky? Let's see here. I've done Pam's and I've done Caesar's. I haven't done Vicky's, Cat's, or there's one other. So, Vicky, I'm getting to it. You've sent me the confirmation code. I have a poopy ton of stuff to do at work today. If I get done, I'll be doing it. If not, you'll be one of my morning projects while my wife sleeps in on our trip. Okay. So I'm not passing on you. I have you on my list. You're in my inbox. But I'll get around to it, I promise. But the Lego one's going to come out next week. It should be a blast. It should be out on Monday. And I also getting ready to post my next post. Hopefully, I think it's going to be on, let's see, we have a tax jar post on Tuesday. I'm pretty sure. It's either Tuesday or Wednesday because the perfect storm's coming. If you guys don't have your money back for sales tax and you're filing it, you better be ready for the storm. We have a nice little post from TaxJar about how to kind of prepare for that and get everything ready. Because it is kind of going to be a mess with these taxes. If you have quarterly estimated taxes, here's your reminder. 15th. You need to try to be within 80% of what you owe in taxes. So this is the time, if you have an accountant that helps you, this would be a great time to go talk to them to see how much should I send in to really make sure I'm within that 80 percentile. Okay? Because if you're not, you're going to get a penalty. And it's just it's one little few sentences away, or not sentences, few people away. So make sure you do that. You can also start preparing now. I'm going to give you guys a little heads up. Long-term storage fees will be assessed again on February 15th. February 15th. So, what's that mean for you as sellers? Well, people are going to start driving prices down to get rid of their products as we enter the end of the month. If you have a large quantity of products that you don't know what to do with, now is the time to start strategically getting rid of those products through lowering prices, paid advertising, improving the listing, all of that stuff, repricing, anything. Because if you do not, you may get stuck in the long-term storage fee race to the bottom. It's just something that happens. It happens every time. Or you can hold out and actually just pay the fees. That's fine. No, it won't tank pricing, okay? So here's how this works, the long-term storage fees. Everybody gets really worried that we're gonna have a tank in pricing. What the heck is that guy doing? Okay. So he's stopped in the middle of the road. A tank in pricing is only gonna happen on products that people have large quantities on. So what you'll find is that some people will actually be not stupid, but naive on what they're doing. And if you've sent a product in since December, you're not subject to those long-term storage fees, okay? So don't worry about that. But if you had products in from last July and you have more than one of those units in stock, this is a time that you may want to start trying to liquidate those in some fashion. Now, if you know they're going to sell again come May and you're willing to pay the blank amount for the storage, go ahead and do it. It's not going to hurt you to do that. But if you're sitting there holding out for a 70% return and it's sitting at a 50% return right now, sell it now. Get it out, get your cash, and then regroup. Okay? It's going to be my opinion. You can do as what you please with it. But if you are sitting there, those are the products I want you to look at. There's reports. Actually, I think if you look at like inventory reports, I think it's one of the new dashboards that Amazon provides. You can see what your inventory is that's aged. So you can click on that and see what you have in stock that are those aged units. If you can still make a very good profit off of it, lower those prices now and get them out of there. If you're holding out for that extra few percentage points, you're just going to get hosed. I'm just going to warn you now. And that brings me to a conversation that you're safe, you're good. I'm not telling everybody this is a panic moment. It's not. I'm just telling you that's something you should look at. Here's another thing that my dad brought up the other day that I think is interesting, and I saw it as I passed the gas station, and I'm starting to see, not the signs, but as an economist, you start knowing that the cyclical nature of the economy will happen. And I'm not saying we're headed for a recession or whatever, but you have noticed a few trends in the stock market and in kind of like price of oil, and I'm starting to notice like some retail stores going out of business. Macy's, for instance, they're starting to close some locations. These are all signs that the economy may be, I'm not going to say it's trending downward, okay? So what does that mean for us as sellers? Well, number one, the leanest forms of business are going to be the ones that are the strongest during this time, okay? So, if you have a lot of overhead, now would be the time, not as a panic moment at all, okay? No panic here. There is no panic that needs to ensue because it's just the start of it if it's the case. Preparation is the key factor here. If you have a lot of overhead, now would be the time to consider how you can strategically reduce that overhead. If you have a job in an industry that is can be highly affected by the recession, like manufacturing or the housing market, stuff like that, now is the time to start planning on how you're going to be saving over the next year to prepare for a thing that may happen, okay? Being prepared isn't being panicked. It's just making educated decisions. So if you are one who's in a recession industry, not recession proof, the opposite of that is what I'm trying to say. You guys know what I'm talking about. A industry that could be affected by a downturn in the economy. Now is the time you want to start planning how are you going to convert yourself to multiple streams of income. I'm not just saying Amazon. This may be looking at figuring out other ways to make money so that you, if your job is going towards layoff or they're going to shut down or they're closing facilities or anything like that, you're prepared. you don't have to sit there and go, oh my Lord, I'm out without a job. How am I going to do this? Instead, you're going to be sitting there going, well, I'm prepared. We're good. I have enough money to get me through these initial months. I have a plan in place of where my money's going to be coming from. And I feel as if I have taken the steps necessary to prepare myself, to support myself via non-traditional means of income. And there's nothing wrong with non-traditional means of income. I mean, I have income as a full-time job, but I make 3 times as much money doing my part-time stuff. It's a non-traditional stream of income that I'm very comfortable with, and I'm always looking to expand that. So, if you are in one of these industries or are just preparing, here's your sign. The biggest one is, I can see some steel places. You get the big people who are going to start the panic after the Dow turn down that we saw. And that's going to drop. We're going to have an artificial drop here for the next probably month or 2. It may not completely bottom out or go down even farther, but I expect a slight dip and some panic and concern to ensue. Just based upon history and a little bit of economics, that's what you can kind of expect. Now, what my dad was arguing was there's going to be more people that are going to try to join the Amazon selling world through FBA. I'm going to have to disagree with him on that for half of it, okay? So yes, I agree that there's money to be made out there and people are going to try to find other ways to make the money. Completely agree with that, Pops. But if we look back at a recession time, most people go in through a stage of denial. Not bad or anything, but they don't believe that this is truly a recession. Okay? Or whatever it was. So we look at the last one. A lot of people that lost jobs or got laid off thought, well, this is only temporary. Well, yeah, it was temporary, like 4 or 5 years temporary, but they kind of go with that notion that it's temporary. It's fine and dandy, but a lot of them don't want to start something new, and they go, okay, well, I'll be back in my job in a year, let this get through, they'll fix this, we'll be fine. So you have those people. You're also going to have the ones who are not going to be willing to invest financial assets into starting a business. People who just don't understand how to start businesses. People that are worried about the risk. They would rather go find a lower paying job somewhere and work horrible hours than they would to invest the money to really start a fully functioning business. Another thing is that yeah, people can start, but think about when you started. Were you tearing it up, making tons of money? You were starting. It was a process. And as you go through the process, you will learn, and I expect out of 100 sellers who start FBA, only 20 to 30 last past the first year. I don't know if that's a true statistic. I am estimating, guessing, giving my best guess on that. But just start kind of laying out your plan. How are you going to handle if your job wasn't there tomorrow and you work a full-time job? How are you going to handle this? And it may not be something you want to think about, but I'll tell you, even as someone who was in a non-recession, I was in a sales job for a marketing automation firm, and I got brought in after like my 2nd month there and got told, Chris, we're just not seeing the sales from the entire team that we're looking for, so we're going to either have to let you go or put you in a position where we're not paying you as much. I said, okay, see ya, bye, and didn't really have a plan at that point. Put something together, had a digital consulting business, and ended up turning out pretty well with what everything ended up with, but didn't have a plan. Now if I look at it, if I lost my job tomorrow, which would be Saturday, which would be odd, do you have a plan in place? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'd be completely fine. Nothing would actually change. I'd probably make more money. Why do I do my job? Because I like it. I don't want to give it up. That's what I want to do. I have fun. Like I'm treating I'm not even a team leader. I'm just the low guy at the office, and I'm treating the team to Starbucks this morning. Probably because I can. The other part is I have fun. So, just some things to think about, and I'll probably write a blog post about this. You guys tend to, as I sit here and elaborate over topics, actually like form these really nice blog posts out in my head. So, you want to work for me? I don't have any. I don't even run anything. I am just the guy who sends emails. Yesterday, you want to know how many emails? I sent over 100,000 emails yesterday. That was my job. It was a blast. I hope I didn't mess any up. I'm the last guy of defense. Anybody that gets an email communication or social media post from the Ball State Foundation or any alumni, everything comes through me. I am the cop. You stop. You go. We go. Oh. All that stuff. But, yeah, so we will move along, little doggy. I've got to let you guys go. I've got the Starbucks orders on my phone, so I've got to figure out what I'm supposed to get everybody. They need a way where, like, the app, I can say, hey, I'm treating you to Starbucks. What do you want? And they can send it back, and then you just, like, scan it, and Starbucks makes it. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Okay, well, peace out, guys. Have a great day. I will see you all probably next Wednesday in the morning, okay? I'll be out for a little bit, so here's what I'm challenging you guys to do right now before I leave, and I'm waiting for my turn here in Starbucks. I will not be here Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, okay? So you guys are on your own in the mornings. You guys usually listen to me for about 30 minutes. I'm going to challenge you to go and listen to Pat Flynn's Smart Passive Income. Listen to at least 2 episodes in my absence. Okay, everyone. Peace out. Have a good time. And I will see you all on Wednesday.